Alright, time for a ZAC game. I will be playing against a Lee Sin here, which it's a bit worrying early on, really. If he tries to invade me, he will have an advantage because ZAC is a really weak early game champion. So my best bet is probably just to go ahead and... Ooh, the double flash. The ignite used from Braum as well. No kills, big. Actually good. I'm going to start topside and clear it down. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm fairly vulnerable clearing towards top. I don't think we win the 2v2. So if they do try something on me there, I would be looking at a bad situation, really. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to clear it down and have better gank opportunities towards a Thresh. I always like playing towards a Thresh because that champion just has such a nice setup for you, right? So, yeah. Also, elo of this game, we are talking like high emerald, low diamond MMR. The enemy Lee Sin is diamond 3. So you guys are aware of the elo this is played in. Ooh, Lee Sin's just dead. Okay. He got like, I think he got really greedy not recalling or something. This is like, regardless of the enemy AD carry getting kills here, this is really, really bad for Lee Sin and extremely good for me. Because this relieves every single bit of early game pressure Lee Sin could have had against me, basically. So I'm actually very happy about that. Because every single, like, scary threat, I suppose, is now just gone. Also, we know Braum has no flash, so he could be easily focused. With ZAC, mostly for your clear, you just have to make sure that you pick up your blobs when your W is on cooldown. As it lowers the cooldown, so that is important. It is not worth for me holding any type of mid-wave here, in case you're wondering, because I get no experience for that. I just have to clear my camps, which is much better. Take E here. Wait for this to be in range. Bit of a body block there, but okay. And we just clear. Making sure again to pick up your blobs when your W is on cooldown, so you have that cooldown reduced. There we go. And we're just gonna go for the full clear. ZAC needs levels in his E to be able to, I guess, play the game, honestly. Because the E levels increase your range on E, which makes ganking much, much easier. So we definitely want to be doing that. Okay, my bot lane seems to be dead. That's not the best. Especially since I was clearing towards them. They're creating a little bit too much pressure. Since right here somewhere. It's potentially a play I can make on bot, but they have pushed quite far, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna smite this for some extra clear speed right now. Get that done. No leash, so we're on an okay-ish pace. I missed. Okay, there is a flash, I think. Oh, didn't land the hook. Ghost is used. I think that was flash used as well from Jhin. This is so bad. What do you do, Thresh? What do you do, man? Oh, great. That's bad. Yeah, that's nothing I can do about that, really. You are not going for this. I don't believe that. Jesus Christ, that sucks so bad. I mean, I might be able to get in position here to sneak an E. That would be very nice, but I don't think so. That Thresh just, yeah, that's not good. No clue if this is warded or not, but we'll see. Wait, he still had flash? I thought he used that earlier. I'm gonna have my passive here, so they should be able to assist me. I just hope they don't abandon me. Just kill him, please. Okay, I mean, that's good enough, I think. Oh, can I make it out of turret range here before the turret hits me? Please hit Thresh. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God. Thresh. I mean, Thresh has 4 deaths in 5 minutes. Like, he is making mistakes, sadly, but it's still worth it, I think. There's no way he's gonna get me here. I think my recall position is safe. If that thing is on cooldown, there's nothing he can do. Alright, a bit of a sketchy situation, I will say, but I guess we take those. Actually, I shouldn't go this. I should go... I'm gonna go a Dark Seal with that. Just E out of base real quick. My entire jungle is up, so we want to look for stuff. Ooh, that sucks. 10 HP. That's rough. Top lane is probably unkillable. I need to really get the second rotation of my camps. I'm already very delayed on them because of the bot lane situation. I don't want to go for the Darius here at all. Just E as well for damage. I'm gonna smite here too, honestly. I need to really get the second rotation of my clear in. I could have taken Bami Cinder, but like, I like the ability haste a lot more. You have the ability haste for your W, which equals clear speed as well. Also gives more mobility, which also equals clear speed. This Thresh is something else though. Like he is making mistakes. That's pretty spicy. Let's get the smite on that as well. We just get the clear in. Need the experience really badly. So this takes priority for me right now. Scaling is very, very important, especially for ZAC as well. But well, the enemy bot lane shouldn't have any summoners, I think, so I should have a reasonably good time at getting a gank there.
Everybody's a crack.
Okay. There's no control ward on Thresh. I think there might be a good chance like that the ward is like in there. Doesn't have a sweeping trinket on Thresh either. I'm just gonna have to go check. No pet, please. Thank you. It is in fact warded. Oh, I wasted my E as well. I misclicked it. Yeah, no sweeping trinket or like control ward or whatever from Thresh for this bush is kind of annoying for a gank. Bounce him in. Oh, he flashed it. Fair play. I mean, my E was on cooldown there because I misclicked here, so the fight was initially my bad, and Thresh didn't lantern me in for better placement either, so... Are you serious? Oh, great. And I'm not even 6 yet either. There's 6. It sucks so bad. Take a bit of a gamble, sure. No, they backed off. Fair enough. Yeah, Thresh Lantern, like, didn't do anything. Like, obviously, it's my bad my E is on cooldown, right? I cannot have my E on cooldown for that fight. But Thresh can win the fight instantly by just lanterning me in for a better position. Like, it's pretty quick there. That he could have decided that. One of these, and we just rush out of base for the next respawn of our camps. I might have lost my blue buff, but that's okay. Yeah, okay. I need to keep a mental note of the, Thresh probably not being too useful this game. It's okay. Nope, we have him here. I flashed. That's actually a good flash. Kali needs to show up here. Silas, no flash. Thresh is here as well. They should be very good. We just have to kind of go in. Yeah, you just make it as obvious. Ah, whatever, man. I'm just gonna go for the Rift Herald at this point. What is Thresh even doing? He's just dead now. I'm gonna go for Rift Herald. My entire jungle is up as well, so I don't even know if Rift Herald's necessarily worth it here, actually. I'm being honest with you. Oh, seriously. Just gonna ult instantly there. Make sure to walk over my blobs and keep hitting the Silas. Get this closer so I can stand in front of him as much as possible here as well. I'm standing in front there so the Silas can't hit an E for free. At least. So there is that. I'm very disruptive there. My support is about equally as trolling as their jungler, I suppose, at this moment in time. So, you know. I really need to get my clear in. Doesn't even position himself to hit the Rift Herald Eye. How is this diamond? Like, this is actually like low diamond MMR, basically, right? I'm expecting some slightly better gameplay. Maybe I shouldn't. It's okay. Get the Rift Scuttle here. Rift Herald I already got. And then we just go for a full clear, I think, because I really need to get my experience. I need to keep that going. I have enough time to place the Herald, so that should be fine. If Lee Sin is, like, really smart here, he just instantly walks to my Raptors out of base. Which would be slightly annoying, not gonna lie, but a good move. I'm gonna have to commit to this to clear here anyway. 2 sweets, okay. My smite is not valuable at a 600 right now. I'd rather use it for 300 extra damage, which will win me time. Put them together real quick so I can land AoE damage. I'm most likely losing my bot side camps for this, sadly. Could have maybe defended that, but I'll bank on the fact that Lee Sin just doesn't take everything. I don't think diamond players are that smart for the pathing decisions there, basically. He had blue, not my red buff, so I'm actually kind of chilling, I think. Might just go for my raptors now. I'll smite this to have a bit more tempo here. He's on dragon, perhaps? Alright, before I continue with the rest of this video, I quickly wanted to mention that about 60% of the people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you do enjoy my content, it would be greatly appreciated if you'd consider subscribing, and maybe checking if you're subscribed, and hitting the like button as well. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this one. He is in fact on dragon. Okay.
There's plenty of
we don't have a Kali. No, we have to walk away. A Kali backed. It's fine. They can have a dragon. I don't really care. I'm not going to contest that because the Akali recalled. If we don't have an Akali there, it's going to be a 4v5, and it's something I don't want to fight. Simply put. Okay, they're going to go for bot lane, so I'm going to have to rotate over. This should be a good fight for us. They're under the... my team is under the turret, so... At least Sin just went for it. Go in. And then ult instantly, so he's CC locked. Still have ZAC passive, so... Very nice. I flash out so I don't insta-die. Like, I obviously have passive, but I don't want to proc it under turret. That would not be great. I think I'm just gonna fly mid and just herald this instantly. Place it down somewhere. I think that's gonna get the bounce on the turret. It should, which gives me at least one turret plating worth of gold. Because the herald kill will get it. Yeah, it's something. I mean, I don't think I'm realistically gonna get like a better herald in this game. Unless I'm planning to kill the turret after turret plate. So I'll just get one turret plate. That's okay with me. It's just a free placement right there. Braum also went mid lane. Fight there was overall pretty good. Like, I can just engage, set up like good CC for my team, you know, tank a bunch of damage. All that. I went for the turret dive because I had passive, so I can be a little bit more risky. I just need to make sure I danger ping him in top. Garen, please. Garen, care, mate. There is no way. Okay, thank God. I would have been real sad if he died to something like that. Alright. Move on to my top side again because that has respawned. I have 8 out of 12 KP, which is very strong. I like that. I don't really need the kills on ZAC. I don't care that much. Like, I'm a tank champion, right? Like, me giving kills to, like, Sivir or Akali, I'm very happy to do that. Not a worry at all. Because I want them to do damage. Use the plant there to bounce with my Q. I don't think we can actually kill Darius, if I'm being serious. I mean, maybe, but... On the other hand, I don't think it's, like, necessarily worth the risk. I could just clear my camps here and chill. My Garen is just, like, calmly chilling on top lane, you know what I mean? Like, the reason I'm, like, worried about is just because of, like, Darius ult resets. It is not the best to try to fight that. He is, like, reasonably fed, I would say. Like, level 11, has reasonable CS. Doesn't have an item finished yet, but still. No reason to really risk that fight. If the Garen had Ignite, I think I would rather go for it. But because he doesn't have Ignite, I don't really want to. I'm kind of just, like, okay with it, you know what I mean? In 5 seconds. I can just engage this after 5 seconds. I'm gonna hit turret here, definitely. Okay. It's a little bit of a stretch. If I had a Syndra mid, that would have been a better position. Because Syndra could just hit turret. I say Syndra, any ranged champion, really, apart from Akali. course, like Akali's a melee champ. Any range champion on that turret would have been dead there, I think. But, you know, that's okay. We are going for this blue buff. Absolutely. We see Braum top lane as well. There is no reason not to go for this. It's in the bush, so he can't see it. Just hit the turret down real quick, get this off the map. Make sure the Sivir is there as well for some gold towards the ADC. All I have to do really here is just leave. Sivir is going to want to recall. I can go for this dragon in 17 seconds after they get back out of base. I'd rather play for the dragon than the Rift Herald, so I will definitely go for it. I don't have any reason to really back. Like, I can spend some money, right? But on the other hand, like, clearing this camp hits me level 10, I believe. And I find that, like, more valuable with time spent right now. Just for now. And then we can just, like, kind of go over this way. And I want to play this. I'm going to hit the control with the auto attack to CC chain him, and he's dead. And I'm just going to jump on Lee Sin. Good interruption, that's fine. I'm going to be here with my Sivir. I want to do the dragon as a priority, though. Thank you, Sivir. I appreciate it. Very good stuff. We are looking very, very, very strong right now. Oh. Didn't smite correctly. We're just going to go out of base now. I'm not going to run up here because I have a lot of money to spend. So this would be a very big walk for no reason because I can walk the same distance there. Okay, he did do Rift Herald. That's fair enough. No problem. Just going to go for Radiant Virtue next. You can also go for the Even Shroud still. But lately I've been liking Radiant Virtue more. It seems to have a better win rate as well. After like the Even Shroud changes. Like Even Shroud would just give your team more damage. But survivability from Radiant is very nice. So it's up to you what you want to pick. I like the Radiant slightly more these days for ZAC. I'm looking to finish my like level 11 here as well. Which I don't think I can. Can I finish that off this camp? Is that enough XP? I hope so. It's not. I'm gonna have to position myself more towards Sivir right here for a bit at least. Seems like I'm fine, so I could just like kind of go free blue. I could just kind of clear the rest of my camps. It doesn't look like there's too much going on the map right now. Just gonna clear like my camps here, get the red buff, get the Krugs as well, make sure I keep my XP tempo going. Because as you can see, I'm 2 levels higher than that Lee Sin right now, which is important. I'm a little bit behind in XP because I did spend a lot of time on bot lane instead of like getting another jungle rotation in. But that did win my bot lane, so overall it's obviously not that big of a deal. Make sure that Sivir gets the red buff here as well, that she noticed everything. And then I think I'm just gonna go kill Darius here, honestly. Because at this point I think we're fine. I can survive the Darius relatively easily, and Garen has execute ult, so it's not the worst thing in the world, I think. Should be okay.
I may beg, but I don't.
I'm just gonna ult here instantly to CC him. I just need Garen to press his ult in time, and we should be good. Nice, there we go. Beautiful. He doesn't get a very good push, and now I just have to sprint up towards topside. I'm gonna use my E obviously for as much distance and as much mobility as possible on my way. They tried to engage a fight with me bot side. That's really not something I like to see, but they did win apparently, so that's good. Oh, that was a really good thresh hook actually. That was a beautiful thresh hook. My team picked a really bad fight. Going for that engage with me bot and killing the Darius there. It's really bad. But they won, so you know, I guess it's okay. But really, you cannot be doing that. If you see, like, anyone not in position, like, if they see, like, 2 of your teammates going for a pick on the bot side, you have to, and I mean have to, not engage and wait. Unless you are extremely confident that you're not going to die. Execute it, okay. Unless you are super confident that you won't die, but that is not likely. I'm not going to be able to finish this, and Thresh might be dead here. Just get the camp, it's okay. Should be decent damage potential here. We have Sivir here as well, so... Just focus the Silas. Good. And then we're just going to jump in here. Should be able to chase this guy easily. And then we're just going to want to help here. Cut off this position and Baron. We can Baron. You have a oh, whatever. It's okay. I don't know if... That should have been a... Yeah, here. That's the plan that I was talking about. We can't finish Baron now. It's gonna be too late. Baron is simply too late at this point. We had to do it either right there or not. Because otherwise, timing-wise, it's just not going to be good. So I'm just going to clean up this last little bit here. And then I have a very, very good recall, actually. And I will commit to it as well, because I'm very confident in this situation right now. I'm just going to take the reset now, because otherwise I won't make it a dragon. Focus Drake. As a team. I'm going to go Radiant into the upgrade into a Magi's. And then I will go for the healing reduction item here. This is going to be good against Darius. It's going to be good against Silas. It's going to be good against his Gore Drinker, his W regeneration, everything. Oh god, this is a little scary. See if I can like maybe make it a little bit by using my E cooldown. If Lee Sin goes for this and smites it, I'll be sad about it. Oh, okay. That's a bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely. Yeah, Magi's is good here, and the healing reduction from this is going to be very nice as well. We can just Baron. I need to go top here.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Should be good. I should be able to engage quite nicely for my team. It's a lot of cooldowns that I just used for them. Oh god. Make sure to knock the Darius and get my Sivir breathing room. I need to make sure I'm standing with my Sivir and in front of my Sivir the entire time so I can tank for her. Defending my Sivir is absolutely crucial for me. There we go. And now we could just Baron. Nice. It's absolutely vital in situations like that as a tank champ that you defend your AD carry. I need to let my Sivir do damage. I'm standing in front. I need to make sure I bounce the Darius away from the Sivir so he can't close the distance on her. It's extremely important to play like that as a tank. Because the more room you can create for your teammates, the better it's going to be. You always want to make as much space for your AD carry or for your damage dealers as you can. Every single ounce of space is a bit of damage they can put out, and they will do more damage than me. Because they are an ADC, so, you know, I have to make sure I do that. Okay, I need a little bit more gold here. Oh, never mind. Last 2 items in this game specifically probably would have been a Thorn Mail here and then Abyssal Mask, because Abyssal Mask would have upped Akali's damage output as well as my damage output. So I could have used that to my advantage. You can also go Spirit Visage if you want to go a bit more defensive. But yeah, that is really it for ZAC, and I'll see you guys in the endgame stats. Alright, so for the endgame stats here, I ended up doing 8.6k damage, which is about what I expected, really. I obviously wasn't playing for damage, I'm playing a tank. Any damage you can do is great. If you are going to build Demonic, your damage is going to go up quite a bit more, which is an option if you want to. But in this game specifically, I had some very... Like, I fed my damage dealers quite a bit. My Akali and my Sivir were quite fed. So all I really have to worry about is just, like, surviving, right? And making as much space for them as possible. So I don't have to do as much damage here. And they can just carry teamfights into the sense of damage. Obviously, if teamfights drag on and I get to hit more, my damage would go up. But, you know, the damage delta champ is not the biggest thing on the tank. You can get good numbers on ZAC, though, for sure, for sure. If you are, like if you are, like, 1v9, basically... All you would really have to do with your build is go like something along the lines of Sunfire, with like, you can go Radiant, but you can also go Jock Show if you're going to be very selfish. And then go like Demonic with that, and Magi's would be an option as well. I probably, if I'm going to go Demonic, I'd probably not finish the Magi's. I would like kind of have that in that slot instead, but I was building more tank here, so I'm going to have the Magi's for like a good amount of AP still, right? Like it's just a nice item to have in that sense. But you can go like Sunfire, Demonic, and those 2 burn damage items will add a lot of damage to your kit. And then you can go maybe a selfish mythic if you're really struggling with your teammates and go like Jock Show, or you can go Radiant Virtue or even Shroud as well for a damage upgrade there. And yeah, Abyssal Mask would work well with it going Demonic too, because then you have more Magic Shred. It's like having a Void Staff for a tank, right? So all those things would be very helpful. If you are in a 1v9 situation or like something where you have to carry more damage if your team is inting, those are options you can have. True damage, not too high, just smite damage, which is greatly reduced. Objective damage at 21.1k, which is okay, really. I mean, Sivir has a good amount of objective damage. My team rotated relatively well for the objectives here, so that's good to see. We have healing done at a massive 40k. This is very, very huge, right? ZAC will always have big numbers here. So this is a very good stat. We have damage taken, which I should have the most at 22.6. Lee Sin has a lot of damage taken as well, but this is not relevant damage taken. This is just a lot of deaths. So he does have a high number here, but it's not a very good number, while mine is actually a good number because I have this much damage taken with no deaths, right? So it is much better to have, like, he's 0 and 8, I have 0 deaths, so if you compare the damage taken stat in that one, then it's better, definitely better on my end because I have no deaths. So it's all valuable damage taken at that stage. So this is my job, right? I need to be the highest here, which I was, and I'm also going to have to be the highest here, which I also am. At 27.5. So I took a total of about like 50k damage thereabouts, which is very good for a 24-minute game. This can easily rack up to be much, much more, obviously. But this was my job. I needed to make sure I created space, created openings, created engages for my team. My damage is lower, but my damage taken is much, much higher because I'm focused on CCing and all that type of stuff. So for a tank, those are the things you really want to look at. However, gold earned is still up there, right? Still have 10.5k. Consistent jungle clearing is important. ZAC is quite decent at it. His clear speed is extremely respectable. So, yeah, definitely make sure you do it because you need your levels. You especially need level 9 on ZAC. It's very important because level 9 will max the E ranks, which maxes the range on your E for better gank potential. So even if you're going to drop a bit of farms, like a farm situations, you definitely want to do it a bit later instead of early on. You want to try to keep it as consistent and as like efficient as possible to get your XP, to hit level 9 quicker, to get better ganks and all that type of stuff. So yeah, and then for the runes here at the end, we have Aftershock that doesn't do too much, to be honest. Dealt a bit of damage, that mitigated a bit of damage. It's just nice to have in certain situations when going for an engage. You can jump into the enemy team and get like a big resistance increase, so it's going to be more difficult for them to kill you, which is just nice there. Font of Life for ally healing. We have Conditioning for bonus resistances, and then Revitalize for the healing increase as well, which synergizes really nicely with ZAC. Delta or heal 2500. If you have like a Stone Plate, this also works with that, or if you have like teammates that shield you, this also works with that. So that can be very nice as well in certain situations. And then I take Triumph for the health regeneration. Triumph is actually very good on a tank, especially if you're like frontlining a lot, right? You're taking a lot of damage, and then when your team starts getting kills and you start getting assists, the Triumph can heal you a lot, potentially, which ups your survivability tremendously. So I do like this. And then I have the Tenacity in combination with that. They removed the Tenacity from Green Smite, but the shield is still good enough. There's not really a better option for ZAC because Blue Smite on ZAC is not that good due to his E. And the red one is also like, yeah, I'd rather have a shield at that point, and I just need Tenacity to help with that. I can always switch these boots as well later on for some mercs if I need more Tenacity in that sense. But yeah, that is really it for ZAC. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button below. I upload daily, so be sure to subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.